Hey, what is going on, guys? The world's biggest sheet of wrapping paper here, but you can call me DooM Fun Dad, and it's been a little bit since you guys have seen me commentate a video on this channel. This is a gameplay by DooM Crakerz, and holy, that's a 10-minute commentary. Holy shit, Mitch, why did you have to stay alive for 10 minutes? I guess that's the only way you can get 155 gun streak, which is the world's highest gun streak, but you probably won't see that in the title because it is an MITD. But whether it's in MITD or Domination or freaking Frogger or Pac-Man, for God's sakes, like, no matter whatever, it doesn't matter what the game mode is. This is a 155 gun streak. Can you do that? I probably can't. It's the highest gun streak of all time. Of course, it was in MITD, so I know people might complain about that. So I know he does have like 10 times the health, because I'm pretty sure that's what a Juggernaut has. But if you've ever played MITD, I guarantee if you go on right now and try and do this, because some of you probably will, so it's really enticing to go actually play some MITD after this, because he's just freaking killing everyone and they can't even do anything. This is actually really hard to achieve, because in this game mode, people really like to gang up on you and you just get destroyed by like 10 people at once. That's what she said. But I hope you guys enjoy this gameplay. Go and subscribe to Mitch or DooM Crakerz in the description below. You can also subscribe to me, make it worth my time. Freaking doing a 10-minute commentary. It's pretty unheard of for a video on DooM. I don't remember the last commentary I've had to do on DooM that was freaking 10 minutes long. But I'm actually going to be doing commentary in this video. I'm going to be talking about a subject that I talked about on my channel, which I think went down pretty well. My channel is Fun Dad. I'm the Fun Dad, if you guys didn't know. Now, what I wanted to talk about is my first video game, and the reason I'm bringing it to this channel is because I feel like the comments went down pretty well. A lot of people were, oh my gosh, he was like one shot right there. The comments were pretty cool to see different people telling me what their first game was, and it was just a good like interaction, good for the interaction aspect of it. So I just want to know what you guys' first games are and your thoughts on stuff like that. And so my first game, let me tell you guys the whole story, give you the spiel. So I went to Target with my dad, and I'm not actually a real dad, if you didn't know. I think most of you guys know, but I'm with my actual dad, and so, you know, I'm like 5 or 6 years old, so I can't stay home and just be by myself. So I'm along for the ride going to Target, and I'm pretty used to just the fact that my parents, like, usually when I go out with them and I ask like to buy something, like, oh mom, can I get a chocolate bar? She'll be like, no, and I just sit there like, okay. So basically, I'm used to that. I'm like 5, 6 years old, and I know that my parents aren't gonna buy me anything. So my dad actually asked me, like, do you want to get a video game? And it surprised me, because I'm like, nobody ever asked me if I want to get anything. So I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm like, all right, sweet, I'm getting a video game. So, and I was pretty new to this because I had never actually picked one out. So we go over to the little video games place, and I had a PS1 at the time. That was my first gaming system, and I just thought that this one game looked pretty sick. The case looked awesome. It was Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. Had the freaking little guy who looks like a little rat crash on it, and apparently he's a Bandicoot, which I've never heard about in my life. I don't even know what that is. But he looks like a little red, like orange rat, and he's got no neck, and he's pretty sweet. And that became like my first love of video games, pretty much, is just playing that. Of course, I had played like computer games and stuff before that, and freaking Reading Rabbit and shit, but that wasn't a real video game. That's freaking learning games. Learning's gross. And I don't know, so I picked out this game, and Crash soon became my favorite game, because I feel like when you first get a video game, or you get a video game for the first time, I should rather say, it's just really fun to learn all like the new things that you can do. And we all know that feeling, like when you're figuring out the controls, like all the characters and what to do, and you just like jump on boxes and spin around and collect like tomatoes. It was fun, and you had to there's different challenges to complete, and that really just kind of spawned my love of gaming. Now I want to know in the comments what you guys' first game was ever and why you love it, and if it's your favorite game, or anything like that. Another game that was one of my first games was Tony Hawk Underground 2, and let me know if you guys played that game, because that game was the shit back then. It was so much fun. You literally had no rules. You could just go around skateboarding and just doing all this stuff. And I'm actually getting a little bit of nostalgia thinking about this stuff as I watch this gameplay. Crakerz freaking shooting people in the face. I didn't know Crakerz could even go on this long of gun streaks. But anyways, guys, I don't know. This is a pretty long commentary. I gotta throw in some good rambling in there. It's not a fun dad commentary unless there's rambling. And by the way, you just noticed that you're watching this gameplay through a set of goggles on the screen. That's kind of weird to think about. It's just freaking goggles. That's like the camera. It's like a little GoPro on his face. But another game that was pretty tight and pretty OG was Luigi's Mansion. I know a lot of you guys probably played that. I've played that. I've completed that so many times. It was so much fun. That is the OG game, and if you haven't played it, you have not had a childhood yet. You will once you complete it, but if you haven't had a childhood yet. I don't care if you're 87 years old. Once you play it, then you have a childhood. Not yet though. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys' first game was, what some of your favorite old nostalgic games were. I played a lot of Mario games like Mario Sunshine, stuff like that. Super Smash Bros. Was a big thing with me. I actually used to play. I used to go over to my friend's house. He had an N64. I never had one of those, but I used to go over to his house every single day just to play Super Smash Bros. Because I was kind of a scumbag, and that's what I did. But at the same time, it was a lot of fun. Come to think of it, for the longest time, I didn't even play first-person shooter games. A lot of people probably started off one of their first games like James Bond, Nightfire, and stuff like that. Not me. I'd never even like played a first-person shooter until I picked up Call of Duty and Modern Warfare 2. I just didn't. I was never into the whole guns and shooting, video games like that. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna play freaking Frogger and stuff like that. And eventually, I actually got into it because my brother wanted, when we got an Xbox, like when MW3 came out, he wanted to get MW2, and I was like, all right, I'll get it. I was actually more excited for Halo, which I have never even gotten to this day. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get people mad at me for not having played Halo yet, because I've played Halo maybe a total of under 10 times in my life at friends' houses and stuff. I really have been deprived of Halo. You guys are probably like massacring me in the comments for not having played Halo yet, but well, I've never owned it. I've played like under 10 times though, so it's not very much. But my brother was basically like, Halo is gay, so we ended up not getting it, I guess. So I actually fell in love with playing Call of Duty because I eventually was able to, pick it up and become a pretty good player. I was a pretty bad player. I was a scrub noob when I first got it. Of course, most of us don't really pick up the controller and become MLG Pro right away. But I was a really bad player, to be honest. I was like a .43 KD player, and my brother's friends actually like saw my KD, or our KD, me and my brothers, and they saw that it was so bad that they were like always offering him to like boost to get the KD up, so my brother would freaking boost with them because it was just so bad. So that was that, and eventually got to where I am today, still playing some good old Call of Duty. Let's give a nice round of applause real quick for the death streaks, like people exploding. Round of applause for Dead Man's Hand and stuff like that. Once you start playing Call of Duty, you never go back, and that's pretty unfortunate since what us Call of Duty players have to deal with on a regular basis, BS and all stuff like that. So Call of Duty isn't really the best game ever in my opinion. It's fun and it's addicting, but my favorite games are the games that I played as a young kid and that I just, fell in love with, like freaking, Crash and all those games that I started out with. Underground, skateboarding, Tony Hawk, stuff like that. What else did I play? I don't really know, but I'm just done with this commentary right now. I'm just not having it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys want to about your first games and what you think about them. Check out DooM Crakerz in the description. He's actually a really good support player too. He runs support for me sometimes and gets like 100+ assists just about every other game, which is insane. I don't know of anyone else who does that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm not having this commentary now. I'm just done with it. I'm not having it. If you guys enjoyed it, you can check out my channel in the commentator portion of the description. And this bomb's about to blow up. Beep. Boom. I don't know what the hell that was.